subscribe. Tariq Radio. Watch and subscribe.
Andre, what's up, man? Hop on in, Andre.
Alex, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you, Andre?
What's up, my brother?
I'm good.
It's just two things I want. So you remember that racist nurse that was going around breaking the bones of the black babies, and
They
you
gave her a
they gave her $25,000 bond. The racist judge let her out. That was crazy.
pain, man. Boy, they stay on the old bullshit,
Yeah.
dude.
Can you imagine if it
Man,
was a black guy doing that to white babies? That'd be
uh,
like a hate crime or some shit, you know?
he'd be in Guantanamo Bay right now. He'd be charged with
Yeah.
all types of national
Uh,
crime.
Another thing,
Oh, what happened, brother? Something happened to your phone, Andre. I don't know what happened, brother. But speaking of that, y'all know the black kid. He wasn't FBA, but Ralph Gnarl or Jarl. I think that was his name. I think his family's from Liberia. This black kid um I think the school bus left him or something like that, and then he went and knocked on this white man's door, and the white man just started bussing on him, just started shooting him and damn near killed him. The kid survived, and the white man, he was like 86 years old, something like that. So he goes to trial or whatever, and I think he makes a plea deal or whatever. And I think they were going to give him like 7 years in the plea deal. I think they were going to try to give him just a bullshit ass 7 years for a brazen attempted murder. And he was going to get the official sentence. And then his ass died. The white man died before he can be sentenced. And some people were celebrating that. But here's the problem with that. This dude, he was already on his damn deathbed. He already had one foot in the grave and one foot on the porch. So that's probably one of the reasons why he wanted to get him a, a racial kill in before he left. So I want y'all to understand how some of these old white supremacists, y'all better understand how they operate. Some of them, they wait around so they can take one for the team, knowing that they got one foot in the grave already. Y'all better understand some of these old white supremacists, especially in the Midwest and in the North, because that happened kind of sort of in the Midwest, in Missouri, I think. That was in Missouri. See, you got to understand these people, they ain't got nothing to lose since they're already at the end of their lives. They know they're not going to face the full consequences of their actions. They know that. So it's easier for them to commit a heinous crime without worrying about long-term punishment. They know they're going to be dying pretty soon. Also, they see that this black kid knocking on his door. Oh, he's like, oh shit, that's a free kill. He's like, ooh, all I got to do is say I feared for my life. He saw a black kid knocking on his door, free kill. So they see that as like a final act of racial terror. Yeah. Some of these old, decrepit white supremacists see their last moments as an opportunity to commit violence. That's like a pardon gift for their racist ideologies, you see. And they want to set an example for the younger white supremacists, by acting out violently like that before they die. They want to inspire younger races to carry out the mission and let them know that there's no age limit to the cause. You see, they send little messages. It's serious. And he got a little janky punishment. He was going to get a janky punishment anyway. He knew the system was going to protect him. A lot of these people, they spend their whole lives benefiting from a white supremacist justice system that's lenient towards white perpetrators, especially of anti-black violence. So he was emboldened. He knew he wasn't going to face no serious consequences. He already knew. You see? So the thing is, these people, they've internalized the idea of white supremacy. They've gotten away with violence so long, so they expect light sentences. That's why it's important for us to produce justice. They want to do like their final act of loyalty to white supremacy. You see, white supremacy is a religion. You better understand that. So taking one of us out, that's like you're giving it up to the evil gods, you know? So you got to understand how that's done. And also they understand that they within white extremist circles, they become martyrs for the cause. They're rewarded by their supporters in death. So now they have a little legacy they can leave to other dirtbag white supremacists when they pull a move like that. That's what Dylan Roof was doing. Dylan Roof, you know, some of these people are like incels and they're nobodies, but now Dylan Roof goes out here and kills a bunch of black people. He's a martyr for white supremacist causes. He's like a religious figure among white extremists. You know? So you got to understand the mindset that these people have. You got to understand that mindset. It's real, real heavy, man. Let me get a couple of more folks in here. Let's get Reese Dollars. Let's get Reese Dollars in here. Reese Dollars, hop on in. Reese Dollars, hop on in the building.
Yeah, that white supremacist, he was from here in Kansas City.
Right, I knew it was out there, but where's Missouri, right?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah, it's wild down here because you got the cops doing the same thing.
exactly.
You
Exactly.
had the cops over there, that cop. I forgot. I think he passed away right before he got his sentence or whatever
Yeah, didn't it was a cop out there?
in Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, didn't
Yep,
he
that's
kill
right
himself?
across the straight line. Yeah, he was like doing all type. He was like harassing people and raping chicks for like 20 years or so.
Right. Yeah, he was sexually assaulting a bunch of women. Then he killed himself before he got sentenced.
Yep,
So
yep.
yeah,
And then I don't know if you heard about the Robert Brooks case.
which one is that?
I think that's up in New York somewhere. He was a prisoner or whatever.
Yeah. They charged the guards with murder, which is good.
But it was 17 involved, but they only charged like five of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so that's just
thank you.
a big injustice.
Yeah, that brother who got beat on camera by those correction officers and they ended up killing him. Yeah, so they just announced that they put some murder charges on some of those race soldiers. So we're gonna see how that plays out. KT520, KT5. All right, KT5, where you at, player? All right, we're gonna get some more folks up in here because I ain't gonna be on too long. Let's get Somali US Nomad in the building. Somali US Nomad. What's going on, Somali? Want to unmute your microphone, Mr. Somali US Nomad? Unmute your microphone, sir. Okay, he must be eating some of that Somali flatbread too. All right. Let me get some more folks in here. All right. Raise your hand if you're ready. Let's try it like that. Let's get Jay in here. Let's get Mr. J. Jay is raising his hand like he's ready, so hop on, Jay.
Thank you for having this space.
How you doing, Jay?
Well, thank you. Second time calling. Wanted to talk about the Democrat toast at this point.
Yeah.
I voted independent, and a lot of my family voted Democrat, and it's just really sad hearing them every day just talk about what they think is the end of the world with things getting shifted. And I'm like, look, it's just time for us to mind our own black business right now. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Oh yeah. Now where's your family from, Jay?
So yeah, my last time we spoke, I'm FBA, but some folks will say I'm half FBA. My dad's from North Carolina, and that's where I'm from. But my mother's from St. Vincent in the
Okay.
Caribbean.
Oh, cool. I think I low key kind of remember speaking with you, but yeah. The family, man. Sometimes your family they're stuck in their ways. They're going to believe everything MSNBC tells them, and you just got to leave them be. That's what it is. Um, some of these people are just going to be loyal to the end. All right, June. Let's get June 1000. Let's get June 1000 something. All right. June, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq?
What's up, June? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, bro. I was calling in to ask you if you were familiar with a fella named Gorilla Hebrew.
Oh, who is that?
Gorilla Hebrew, he's a Hebrew Israelite, and I was just seeing that he was on Poetic Flacco's um, show on No Jumper doing a debate, and I was just thinking you should check him out, especially if you're doing the new Hidden Colors. I think he'd be a good person for you to have on there.
Okay. All right. Well, I have to look and see what they're talking about. All right. I have no idea who he is or what he's talking about. All right. It's weird when I don't people call up and promote random people and I don't know anything about them. I don't know why you're promoting them. So no, I don't know. I don't know why people do that. Okay. Let's see. CEO Marcus. CEO Marcus. What's up, brother? All right. CEO Marcus. CEO Marcus. Hop on. Okay. Let's get some more folks in here. Y'all ready?
Is that there we go.
Hey, what's up, brother?
How you doing, Tariq?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Uh, I just wanted to ask the kind of like a question. It's not really toward you, but you had a couple um, young adults, I would say, that was on a couple nights ago. One young lady was on last night, and then another young man was on the night before, and I think that was Barrister. I believe that's what his name was. But I think he was over in like Europe or something like that.
We call him Bushmeat Barris.
Um, yeah, that's it. So I just have a question that I would like to ask them. It's like, what is their parents, you know, parents teaching them about the history of their people or the history of our people? I mean, I'm just a curious. It's just a curious question to ask them because um, we learn a lot from our family, from
Right.
my FBA family. So I would like to know what are they learning from their family when they come in here hostile like that, and they come in there talking about us, and then like the other young lady, we weren't really hostile toward her, and she wasn't hostile toward us, but it was still that space where it was kind of curious about what did her parents actually teach her.
Right, right. And thank you for the call. Let me elaborate on that because you make a very good point. The hostility towards us is because a lot of times they don't really have a deep rooted, honorable history to really promote like that. And I'm not being mean spirited, but a lot of these folks, man, not only do they really don't have an immediate great history to promote, they're ashamed of their homeland in general. A lot of these people are very ashamed of their homeland. Just the fact that it's so bad that they have to flee. So what happens is they come over to the West or go to a Western nation or come here and then start denigrating us and then start wagging their finger towards us, doing a lot of projection. And not just Africans do that. Because we do have some African allies. Some like last night, we had a couple of African brothers called up who are real honest allies, and I respected them for their honesty. But remember, we had a Bosnian white man call up, wagging his finger at foundational Black Americans, talking about what we need to do to get it together, and we got fatherlessness and crime, and then we found out his ass is from Bosnia. Like, dude, really? You got man, you got a lot of nerve. in your little war-torn homeland that you had to flee from. You're a whole refugee, and you want to wag your finger towards us. So these people are not taught anything about their history because they see what their homelands look like and the devastation, and they're embarrassed of those homelands, let alone the history. You dig? There's nothing really to promote. So when we stand on our lineage and our history, that bothers them. That's why they always try to undermine it and denigrate it. Remember, I had a Nigerian dude at one of the tether classes call up like a week or so ago, trying to debunk all of our inventions. He was like, well, no, no, nigga, there was some other person who built that and designed it first. I can debunk all of your inventions. And I said, okay, you name me one invention from your homeland. And then he got stuck, couldn't name nothing. Literally not one. He could name one thing from his homeland. And that's the point right there. A lot of these folks been playing the history game on us, like they got this deeply rooted history that's so vast and robust, and they do not have it. Our history is way more vast, way more deeply rooted, way more honorable, way more respected, and they know that. So that's where the hostility comes in. Fawcett, what's up, Fawcett?
Howdy, how's it going? Name's Fawcett, running for president 2036. I had one question, Tariq, real quick. Because we are talking about because we are talking about the jealousy that comes from, would you call it jealousy, where people who, like, say for example, like the Chadians, Nigerians, South Sudanians, they try to come at you saying, "Oh, your people have never invented anything," blah blah blah. Do you believe there's some sort of like jealousy behind what they're saying?
Yeah, a lot of people, when they do that, they try to attack foundational Black Americans and our achievements and accomplishments. And that's based on jealousy because why they attack? First, we've never done anything to none of these people. So why would their anger and angst be directed at us so much? Much of that comes from the fact that we've been persecuted over here more than any other group, yet we dusted it off, stood on business, and then became iconic in our own right. And we become the face of resistance globally, whereas these other groups are known for fleeing all over the place. So a lot of them project a lot of their insecurities onto us. So that's what that's about.
Okay, I kind of see it as like and it kind of goes for the same with the Europeans and the white communities, but not to the same extent that I've seen, where effectively your brothers, but one became massively successful and one is just, stayed in his hometown and done nothing. When someone tries to come to you and say, "Oh, you mister, you have not invented," and whatever, it's almost the equivalent of like a celebrity versus their know nothing brother back in their hometown that hasn't matured past, I don't know, working at the Dairy Queen down the street. That's how it kind of feels when these people want to come at like your next. That's why I wanted to extrapolate on that real quick. But the one question I had, specifically was, what would the Democrats have to do to quote unquote win back black? Like, what would they specific? Because I don't know if you've been seeing it, but polling among the African American community is not what it once was with Democratic. I'm sorry, Democratic polling amongst the African American community is going on a downtrend.
Oh, yeah.
What would black have to see in order to go back?
Yeah, they're going to have to give us tangibles. They're going to have to give us a form of reparations. They're going to have to give us some form of freedmen's compensation, and it's going to have to be in the form of cash. And we're not taking any excuses. Because the problem was they kept telling us ain't no money, oh, we broke, we ain't got it, and all that stuff. And then we see them give money and tangibles to all of these non-citizens who mosey across the border. Now with this Doge expose, we see all of these billions of dollars that were given to special interest groups orchestrated by the Democrats just all over the place. They were giving money to everybody except us. So they're going to have to break bread. That's the only thing that will get us to even remotely consider the Democrats.
One thing I will ask, and I've kind of heard this from like some Dr. Umari kind of like people, and again, I'm sorry if his name ruffles some feathers, but I heard this thing. I heard this idea of would land also work, or would it solely be cash payments? Would there be would land be a way, like the 40 acres and a mule thing?
Right.
Would that still be good, or is it just cash at this point?
With the 40 acres and a mule, there was money attached to that too. They were supposed to give money as well. So it would have to be cash and the land, but let's do cash first. We got to do cash first.
Okay.
And then we'll do the land. But we're going to have to get cash payments. It has to be just the same setup as they do with the Native Americans. We
Okay.
want
Just because I'm thinking like giving, I don't say giving people land, but just like like giving land, and you kind of have to have money to till. You know what I'm trying to say?
ah,
Like you know what I'm trying to say. So like you can't just give people land and not give them money to like do stuff with it. Like, and so that's why I'm saying like, what would you? So that's what I'm asking. Like, why? But no, you're good. You're good. So
just like with the Americans, they give them land, yet they give them resources and the casinos and tax-free status and things to do to maintain the land and generate income on the
mhm.
land. It's a whole
Yes,
package. So same thing,
correct.
same thing.
Correct. They gave them the land first, then the benefits.
Right.
Here, you would much rather prefer the benefits than the land
Right.
first.
Yeah, give us the benefits, give us the money first, and if we want to buy our own land, we can do that. And if they want to throw land in secondary, that's cool after we get the resources in order to maintain the land. So
Okay. And then one last question. And I know you're like, that is, I know you're saying the reparations is the absolute bare minimum they could do. Is there absolutely anything else that could redeem them? Like voting in another, like, I know it's going to sound like, shallow, but maybe voting in another black president, would that even be considered like,
hell no.
no, nothing like that?
Hell no.
Okay.
That's a burger. We
Okay.
had one quote unquote black one. How did that work out?
Okay. Well,
Huh?
because that's what they try to do. They try to be like, well, this is actually the reparations because Obama, or new black guy in there, or black woman, and so I just want to make sure that that isn't a cop out that that you would accept.
Hell
So
no.
there's no cop out outside of money. So okay, okay,
Hell, no. It's going to have to be tangible. That's why they tried to do that with Kamala Harris. They kept trying to blacken her up, and we were like, no, we're good. No, there's going to have to be tangibles. I don't want to hear about collard greens and mustard and hot sauce and all that bullshit. We need money. We need tangibles.
okay.
But
So only okay, good, good, nice to hear, nice to hear. Eh, and what's so good, and I'll say this last piece, and I'll head on off. Thank you so much for at least not doing this thing that a lot of people do, they'll extrapolate and ascertain for like 3 hours to say reparations when you just said it in 30 seconds. I admire that very much from you. And if you could please keep repeating that, you would do so many people a favor. So do what you just said. If you could like that right there. Oh my goodness gracious. But that was it. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I just wanted to hear what your thoughts on this was.
yes, indeed. Now hold on. Let me say this because I'm looking at your page. You keep referring to yourself as the black woman. Are you being sarcastic with that? What is that?
Absolutely. The reason being is because I don't believe in identity politics, so on and so forth. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, you can prove you're a woman, but you can't prove you're black." Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, why not? Why can I not identify? It's kind of like a gotcha moment because they'll say you can identify as a woman, but you can't identify as black, and I'm like, why not? So it's not real. It's not real. It's just that's my way of getting people because
Uh,
once it's in my bio, it has to be real. So.
right. Okay. Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. That
So
makes
yeah,
sense.
I'm not black. I am not a woman. I'm clearly a white man. But if you believe I'm a black woman, then I mean, send some reparations my way. Like I wouldn't be complaining. I'll just give them right back to Tariq. So,
There you
anyways,
go.
have a
All
great
right.
night, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Let's get Baron. Baron in the building. Baron in the building. Oh, Baron bounced. All right. Baron got up out of here. All right. I guess Baron didn't want to speak on it. Okay. I see there was a couple of the OnlyFans women coming up in here trying to get in the queue so they can promote. No, ma'am. All right. No, ma'am. Let's not do that, ladies. Some of y'all OnlyFans. Let's not try to get customers in here. We're trying to have a progressive conversation. We want tangibles, not titties. All right. Tangibles and not titties. All right. Let's get let me see. Let's get one more good one in here. Let's get one more good call, ladies and gentlemen. All right, no OnlyFans models, please. No OnlyFans models. Let's get T Muna. Let's get T Muna. T Muna. What's up, T? Unmute your microphone, sir.
How you doing, brother?
Hey, T.
How you doing, brother? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's on your mind, brother?
A lot. I hope we can get reparations someday soon. I was having this conversation with like my aunt and uncle, and they're for the most part they are very liberal, and I think that's just kind of been the guiding hand for a lot of African American people. And a lot of the times they'll be, like I'll be like, yeah, we deserve reparations, and uh, it's funny when even some like African Americans will be like, that will never happen, and they like kind of strike down that idea. And I just try to be more optimistic about it because I feel like uh, I feel like it's well deserved. Um, like you say with the Native Americans, I'm from Minnesota, and like I've met the Native Americans out in like Prior Lake, that make over, like $2 million annually just to be alive. Um, and it is like I feel like there is how do I put this? It's like the world has seen what Black people have gone through, and endured. And I think there's like a general consensus that a lot of people believe that um, we do deserve reparations. And I hope we get it just because when you listen to.
Thank you so much, brother. Okay, I don't want to have rambling. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna start cutting off a lot of the rambling. Sometimes when people call up, they don't really have their thoughts together, so they just kind of go on and on and on and on and on and not really make a point. Letting y'all know that I got to start reducing that because that makes people want to tune out when it's just rambling and you're not getting to the point. So I'm letting y'all know y'all better have your thoughts together. If y'all get to going on and on, yeah, no, people don't want to hear that. I got to keep the audience in mind. With all due respect, that's why some people get cut off. Y'all got to get to the point. Hey, man, we think we should get reparations because we need it and everything like that. And well, it's crazy how people don't be wanting us to get our reparations and stuff. And we don't do that. No, no, no. The only people I'll let rant for a little bit is people like Chief Dusty Wolf, people like that, because his ranting is funny. But even I have to cut that off after a while. If you're gonna rant, at least your ranting got to be entertaining. Like Chief Dusty Wolf, his ass be all over the place. Listen, what we gonna do? We gonna go down and go to Piggly Wiggly, right? And then we gonna go to the headquarters in Bowling and file a class action suit against the Chickasaws. It's be all over the damn place. But yeah, we got to cut that rambling out. A lot of that rambling we're gonna cut out. So just understand that part of the game. All right. Anyway, let me get up out of here because I got a lot to do tomorrow out here in Alabama. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real. I thank everybody for tuning in. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Give a contribution to the Hidden History Museum. Ladies and gentlemen, go to rootworkstyle.com to get your rootwork deodorant. And I am up out of here, guys. Puppy akute, lala vuve to the family. Peace.
Good way, good way.